Welcome to our session on strategic leadership principles, and today I want to speak to you about that strategic thinkers can see the obvious and are focused. Strategic leadership begins by being a strategic thinker. Leaders who are strategic thinkers, guided by the Holy Spirit, are one of the major keys for the advancement throughout the world of the gospel. Now, strategic thinking has a lot to do with the way we see things and how we process information, facts and information that are before us. No doubt you've heard of Sherlock Holmes and the famous statement, "Elementary, my dear Watson." Now, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, in the early draft of the book Hounds of Baskerville, has Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson camping out on the moors. And in the middle of the night, Holmes suddenly wakes up and he shakes Watson. "Look at the sky, Watson. What do you see?" Well, Watson replies, he says, "I see millions of stars and millions of them." Holmes persists, "But what does this tell you, Watson?" Watson pauses for a moment. "Astronomically, it tells me that there are millions of galaxies and countless planets in them. Horologically, it tells me it's 3:15 in the morning, Holmes. Astrologically, it tells me that Saturn is in Leo. And theologically, it tells me that God is all-powerful and we are but small and insignificant creatures. Meteorologically, it tells me that we'll have a nice day." Well, Holmes says absolutely nothing. Finally, Watson asks, "Well, Holmes, what does all this beauty and grandeur tell you?" With that, the detective snaps, "Watson, you idiot! It tells us that someone has stolen our tent." You see, Watson was looking for the profound solution to the question when the answer was elementary, my dear Watson. Strategic thinkers are leaders who are able to push aside the unrelated information and facts in which the Watsons of this world become enmeshed. Strategic thinkers are able to identify the obvious strategy for accomplishing an organization's vision and objectives. See, Watson had become a victim of what's called strategic drift. He'd been caught up in every other issue except the important issue, the stolen tent. When an organization slides into strategic drift, its performance drops. It's unable to compete or be effective in its environment. It becomes a Dr. Watson. The church needs leaders who are strategic thinkers. Or it becomes a Watson, full of knowledge, self-indulgence, and missing the plot of reaching every soul with the gospel. Organizations that are not strategically focused die the death of 1,000 initiatives. Too much to do with too few resources. Or as the old Dutch proverb says, too much hay on the fork. I learned very early in my life that focused behavior is what keeps an organization on track, working and growing. Being focused, I don't mean that you're blind to other initiatives, but rather you only choose those initiatives and opportunities that will benefit what you're doing. Strategically focused leaders know what are the few most important things to do and to keep a watchful eye on, no matter what else is going on and however many options beckon. You know, it's very easy for a strategic leader to become a victim of strategic drift, to be embroiled in every other issue except the important one. When faced with the temptation to be drawn away from the strategic focus, strategic leaders ask themselves this question: is the opportunity fulfilling the strategic direction of the organization I'm leading? Now remember Nehemiah? In Nehemiah chapter 6 verse 2, Nehemiah would not allow those that sought to destroy him and the work that he was doing to draw him down to the plane of oh no, away from his focus of building the wall. When faced with strategic drift, our response should be like Nehemiah's. Oh no, I'm not going. Now the signs of strategic focus leader are they know the right level to which to apply focus. Know the difference between focus and obsession. Are good at knowing what to do and what not to do. Know their goals. Use their time wisely as an investment and are careful not to waste time. Are not easily distracted by trivia. Now, according to research conducted by Hodgson and White, people who are not good at focusing are not good at facing up and resolving conflicts in a way that leaves the organization and the participants stronger. In other words, a leader who is not able to apply themselves to focusing upon the important issues of an organization's direction will not bring win-win outcomes to conflicts within the organization they lead. Focused leaders always find ways to produce win-win outcomes. Strategic thinkers are deeply concerned with the organization's long-term future. They focus on this rather than on a quick knee-jerk action that meets some temporary emotional need or satisfies some egotistic individual within the organization. We are called to be focused in the things of God. Thank you so much for listening to us today. May God bless you.